Another month is coming to a close, and that means another book haul. And a visit from a kitty, oh gosh! Look at it. Oh, this little Ginge. This little Ginge right here. Oh, I like him. Okay. Okay. Technically the month is not actually coming to a close yet, but this pile is just a little unwieldy, and there's still like a week of May left, a little over, and so there's a chance that some other things might show up, but they'll just be shown in June because this is excessive. I think last month was the library book sale month, correct? Yes? Well, so is this month because there was another one. Technically this wasn't like a big sale like the one that I went to. This was just the ongoing sale at a library branch that I haven't been to in a while. It used to be my favorite back in the day, but now I live way across town and never get out that way, and it has the best. It has the best books, and it's one of the bigger branches, so that's part of why. So, you know, I did a thing. Actually made out better in this sale, just the ongoing normal sale, than I did in the actual, like, dedicated library sale. So, I guess. Ask me where it's gonna go. So, from this sale, I got Box Mask by Juliette Marillier. Sorry, it still has the plastic on it, so it's shiny. If there's any camera bounceage during this video, kittens, because I have one currently biting my foot, and I have one very interested in the tripod and just kitten chaos right now. So I apologize. Oh god, I apologize for any of that. Stop it! Anyway, I am just a big fan of all of her books. I'm sorry it's shiny, it still has the plasticky stuff on it. But this was a no-brainer. Had to get. I also picked up 2 books from the Jasper Fforde Thursday Next series. The first one is Something Rotten, the other one is The Well of Lost Plots. I've only read the first book, The Air Affair, but have been meaning to go back to it. I don't know where these fall in the series, but they were like a quarter. So, I mean, obviously I'm gonna do it. I don't know when I'll get back around to the series, but I intend to, is the point. You know how I do. You don't need the disclaimers. Also picked up In the Woods by Tana French, which is another one that I've been meaning to read, but kind of like in a vague way. Yeah, someday I'm probably going to read that book. So now I guess I've moved it up the list a little bit since I own it now, but it just had such good feedback, and every now and then I crave things like this, so again, it was a quarter, and I had to. I don't know too much about this next one other than I like the title and the cover and said sure, why not. It's The Orchardist by Amanda Coplin. Oh god, stop it! That's so mean! She was my sweet girl when she was born. She just wanted to cuddle, she just wanted loves all the time, she just liked to nestle right here and just be nice all the time. And now, she's Bitey McBiterson. But you're so cute, oh god. Oh god. But why you do it? Jeez! Go climb in a pile of books. So as I was saying, it's The Orchardist by Amanda Coplin, and it just sounds very Americana, you know? I'm gonna leave the links to all of the books I've mentioned below so you can find out more about all of them, but I mean this one, I don't know that there's a better way to describe it other than Americana. That's what it sounds like to me, and I just, again, sometimes crave things like this, so, you know. And it was pretty. And the last one I picked up is The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the novellas from the Throne of Glass series, and though I haven't read any of that yet, I do own Throne of Glass, so eventually I think I'll get around to it. I'm hesitant a little bit because even though I like her current series, the Court of Mist and Fury series, and even though this one has some really rabid fans, it also has some really rabid detractors, and some people who view things similar to me have said that they love the Court series and not so much the Glass series, so I guess we'll see, but I mean, it was super cheap, so it seems silly to pass it up. If I might like it, if I don't like it, I'll give it away. I think that was it for books I bought, and before we crack into this big box, I forgot to show you guys one last month, so I was correct when I said I think there's something else kicking around here. There was, and it's Eden Summer by Liz Flanagan. As you'd probably guess from the cover, it's contemporary and kind of slightly mystery, maybe a little poignant griefish, I'm not entirely sure, but if it sounds like something you want to hear more about, fluffy cat. Your kittens are on my bed. My cat is walking around the house going, "Meow, meow," looking for her kittens, who are right here. Right here! If this sounds like something that you want to know more about, or you want first impressions or anything like that, let me know. It comes out the end of June, so we have some time. Now, onto this big lovely box from Fierce Reads. I know I said I wasn't taking on review copies, but that things would still show up and maybe I'd read them and maybe I wouldn't, but this one I actually did agree to. Basically, this time around, Fierce Reads is doing packages of their books rather than having people request one title or sending particular titles. They're just kind of sending out promo packages to all of the bloggers and bloggers on their list, and they had us pick which one we thought was more up our alley. Now, if I was sticking to my resolution this year of not reading review books and just trying to read the books on my shelf, I would have said, that's okay, Fierce Reads, I love you guys and I'll catch you next time, but I'm taking a little bit of a review book break. But what I actually said was, I want the one with Berserker. So, you know, not like any of you didn't think that was going to happen. I struggle to stay away. Who says no to books that sound good? So, you know, I did a thing. I'm still trying to not really take in too many review books, and, you know, things do show up, so I will have plenty just on their own. But I'm a believer in not having absolutes, you know, no hard and fast rules. If something is going to appeal to me, then I'm gonna give it a try. And if it turns out that I've changed my mind, then I've changed my mind. Anyway, because there was like 1 or 2 books I wanted to read in each of the packages that they were doing, I hope in future that they'll kind of put them grouped together based on what people are likely to be interested in, so you don't end up with a lot of books that you don't want to read and with a couple that you do want to read. But they're doing like a swap, so, you know, I guess that kind of takes care of that if you're a swapping type. I'm not really, because it's just too much brain space. I don't know a lot about all of the books in this bundle. I will kind of, at the very least, do a first impressions or see what they're about. And on the one hand, I do like that they did do mixed bags, because it might encourage people to branch out and try some new things. But that's a lot of rambling just to say, here's what's in the Fierce Read box. As I said, I was the most excited for Berserker by Emmy Laybourne, which is sort of Viking lore moved to the American Old West, and that is just a mashup that I really enjoy. Pretty much any mythology thing moved to the Old West. It tickles my brain in a way. I feel like maybe it's not done enough, or it's just a really good, that whole new frontier thing is a really good venue for fantasy and mythology, so this one was calling me, and I hadn't seen the cover yet, but it's so pretty. Pretty much almost all of these come out in October, so I will tell you the exceptions to that, but October. Then we have The Innocence Treatment by Ari Goldman, I think, which is about a girl who believes anything her friends tell her, and she considers everyone a friend. So she's basically very vulnerable, and, you know, not the greatest way to be. And so she wants to undergo an operation, or does undergo an operation that will help change that, but has some drastic side effects, and sounds pretty intriguing, so we'll see. Then we have Ally by Anna Banks, which is the sequel to Nemesis, which I didn't realize until it showed up, and it shows Nemesis on the back, and I thought, wait, that cover looks like this one. It's a series. So I haven't read the first one, probably won't be reading this one, though there is a lot of time. It doesn't come out until October, so, you know, if you guys loved Nemesis, let me know, and maybe I'll pick it up and read both of these. Otherwise, I don't know, might donate it, or have a giveaway, or see if someone else wants to review it for me. We'll see. Still debating that. The next, and also something that I didn't realize was a sequel, is The Equals. That I felt like I was saying something wrong because that rhymed. The Equals by Daniel Swearenbecker. Again, I haven't read the ones, and I'm kind of bummed that this is a sequel, because I was reading the little blurb and it sounds fascinating and kind of dystopia and a bit sci-fi and, you know, just sounded cool, but I haven't read the ones. So again, if you've read the ones and loved it and think that I should read both and review both, well, let me know. And if you think the ones sucked, let me know that too. But this one is the exception to the rule. It comes out in September. And the last book, I think there was supposed to be one other book in the package, but mine didn't have it, so I don't know if it's coming later or was looked over or whatever, but it wasn't one that I knew anything about, so I'm not gonna, like, go on about it because I don't know anything about it. But the last one in my box is The Wicker King by Kay Ankrum, and this was the other one that I was kind of most intrigued about for this package. It sounds a little dark and twisty, and sometimes that's just really up my alley. Most of the time that's really up my alley, so you know, it sounded good. Also, I really love all of the doodling on the cover. Really do. What I didn't realize about it until it got here though, and I looked at the back, is it's written in, it says vivid microfiction with a stream of consciousness to feel and multimedia elements, which I didn't know, so I flipped through and it is. It's like little bits. We'll definitely let you know what I thought of that when I read it, which will be a while because it doesn't come out until October. I don't know, maybe I'll read it sooner. And then lastly, they stuck in a couple little goodies. One is a preview of Marissa Meyer's Renegades, which comes out in November. And the other one is a sampler of some of the things coming out from First Second this fall. And all of it looks so freaking good. All of it. Every last thing in here. Like, I don't want to be like, give me all of them. But, like, I want to read all of them. They all look so good. So that is all for the books. I'm also reading Wolf on Volume 2. On Hoopla on my phone, and then I've been listening to Yes Please by Amy Poehler and a little bit of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, so I think I might have to kind of pause on that. I need to go one or the other, so one of them I'll probably pause on, but you can see more about all of that current mode of my brain and what all I'm reading right now in the last video, which was my current CBR, so check that out if you missed it. But that's all for this haul. I don't know where it's gonna go on my shelves. I'm literally out of space. As I said recently, I need to do like a shelf clear out and an unhaul, but that's gonna be an undertaking, like a days-long undertaking that I just don't have the energy for right now. And until then, I don't know where these books are gonna go. So I might have to clear off my little messy craft shelf that's over there and make it another bookshelf, which I hadn't wanted to do, because then I don't know where all of that will go. But I mean, currently their books stick to the ceiling on top of it, so someone build me a TARDIS book room. Bigger on the inside. I need all the space right now. That is all for now. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if there are any books that you want first impressions or reviews of, or you just want to chat about. Everything will be linked in the description if you want to know more about them or pick up your own copy. But until next time, thank you guys for watching, and as always, happy reading! Oh, and if you didn't leave me any on the last video, I'm currently taking suggestions for a video idea that I have. So books that you want me personally to read and review, let me know. If you want to see which books I own to choose from, I have a list on Goodreads, slightly outdated because I haven't added things in like the last few months and bits and pieces of last year, but for the most part, all the books I own are listed on a Goodreads shelf. So you can look through there, see what I own, but even if I don't own it, still recommend it. New titles, backlist titles, classics, ones you hated, ones you loved. If you want my thoughts on it, let me know, because I'm going to do a little bit of a dice rolling faded books video. Some of them will be my picks, but some of them are going to be yours, so please leave them. And if you see one that you like, upvote it. Okay, that's all.